Hello and welcome to round 9 of the 1972 Formula 5000 Championship at Classic Motorsport Hub. We're at Monza for the Gran Premio Lotteria Di Monza. My name is Pascal Mikula. I'm joined in the booth by Matthew Cipognoni, who will be the lead commentator for today, who hasn't noticed yet that the sound is on and that he can speak as well. We're currently in the recon procedure session, so basically the warm-up, where drivers are ready to go onto the grid. Simply because in about 10 minutes we will line up and start the race. First thing first, let's have a quick look at the track. Where we are running at. That's the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza in Monza, Italy, in the Royal Park of Monza. Beautiful track. 5.775 kilometers, so just under 6 kilometers, a smidge over 3.5 miles. We have 10 corners with one addition, turn 1, 2, the chicane, which has been a talking point all week. We will run a 40-lap race, which will equal about 231 kilometers, the longest race in the season so far. And it's about 143.5 miles. So, with that said, we can have a look at the standings after the last race at... Well, that wasn't actually at Mondello Park. I just noticed I have made a typo in this graphic. We were at Oulton Park last week. Not last week, but last time around. Eddie's Bottas, with a win over Joe Gillett, has taken the championship lead with 37 points. Yours truly is also on 37 points, but because Eddie's has won, he has better quality results, is what I'm saying. That's why he's on the top step of the standings at the moment. You can see the rest of the standings right here as we go between 37 and 4 points. And on the next page of the standings, we see drivers that are not here today, except for Jessica, who is here today. Matthew Oboiski, Dami Kuratko, Matt Cipognoni, who will be commentating the race, Owen Potter, Jessica Pelletier, and Halil Sain. With that said, Matt can turn on his microphone now, because I will go and give him the stage.
Hello. Just testing if it's on. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's stream, which is round 5000. It's looking to be probably into races because it's a fast track. Very little interruption in the flow of the track. You're never under 100 kilometers per hour. It's gonna vary, and we have, I think, our usual 10 drivers. There was going to be more. There's going to be about a grid of 13, 14, and that. Couple of reasons a few drivers have to put. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we should see a very entertaining race today. We're with Edis on his recon. I saw a car stranded on the grid, I think. Because
we're having a few technical issues with Matt's microphone. Sorry for that. But yeah. There was a car stranded actually, so Matt was right. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah. There's been a big talking point because there's been some controversy regarding turn 1. The race control has put down some rules regarding turn 1 because it's the flat out. It isn't flat out. That's the thing. That's the point. Let me just exit the pits here myself so I can show you, the viewers, what I'm talking about. As you go on the front straight, and I think the car that was stranded at Matt meant was Steve Velocity. He's actually parked on the grid, so he's ready to go. This is turn 1. This is the chicane, which has caused a lot of trouble during recon laps. and subsequently the curbs or the barriers were raised to prevent people from going through flat out. There was one occasion where that didn't happen.
Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Just
hello, and
testing.
I think that did we just? Oh yeah, we caught that live. That's
Can
lovely.
you hear me loud and clear? I
They're definitely
apologize.
louder, Matt. Definitely louder.
Uh, Okay, very good, very good. So, as I was saying,
And
yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'll give you back
No, no,
the
no,
stage.
it's fine. It's all right. You saved it anyway. You
Yeah,
saved it.
I was explaining the turn one thing. We had mainly one occasion with the driver who still managed to go through turn one flat out, and even after sharing setup and all that stuff, uh, and even despite restrictions put on with the curbs and the barriers, which were raised and made collidable so that to slow the cars down, somehow it was still there was still trouble, and now it's just we'll see what happens during the race. But either way, the rule has been it had basically the foot has been put down. There's no going Mad Max through turn one. Is basically what has been said. Not real. And the intention wasn't even that to slow one or two particular people down. It's just to prevent mayhem in turn one because it's a single file chicane, and if you go half a meter off line, you cause a massive pileup, and that's just something that you know doesn't doesn't need to happen. And I
That was
think what we
something that
saw. Hmm?
that was something that recently happened to me in another sim racing league. We were at Hockenheim. It was 1986 Hockenheim, and
Oh, is it what I
we
think it
were.
is?
Yeah, it is.
Or was it the second chicane?
Yeah, the same. Were you watching that race?
No, I wasn't watching that, but it's the same layout we ran in 90 and 91. But and I
Oh
think I
God.
know what. Yeah, it's exactly the same layout. I think it. Oh, whoops! I just hit the
Yeah.
wall. Yeah,
So
it's.
I'm fearful, but I'm also hope. I'm fearful, but I'm also hopeful that the drivers would know better to take it easy, and if they want to see the end of the race, they'll
Yeah,
slow down.
yeah, that's right. You're right. I mean, what the chicane here at Monza is, it's basically Hockenheim second chicane, but it's literally the second chicane at Hockenheim, but without the sweeping Ostkurve bend at the exit.
Oh yes, I think I have confidence. I have trust in the drivers. I've seen the laps turn. There's been good practice from the entire
Hmm.
grid all week. But yeah, I'm sure that things will go well. We might get one or two DNFs, but that's no race is complete without some sort of drama.
Yeah,
And
especially now that with the whole controversy with the chicane, it went up and down. Even during qualifying, there was this protest to race control from the driver involved because he was given a uh, little weight penalty. He still got pulled by almost a second. So, but that's not for me to judge. But what I'm
so,
saying is, yeah, that weight penalty now has been actually lifted. I just got the word, but definitely turn one will be under very hard scrutiny, simply for mainly for safety reasons. You really can't deny that.
I did want to mention earlier, and now I don't know if the briefing specified it, but I've seen drivers go down the main. I assume this is the reconnaissance lap procedure. So
Yes,
if I assume correct,
the same. The
yeah,
rule is the same as it is everywhere else. Go through the pit lane at a reduced speed if you're not gonna park it on the grid.
yeah. So I've seen a couple breaches in that rule.
Ay,
already.
ay,
So
ay.
yeah, I've seen. Like literally, when I got on here, I was just sorting my mic out, having a bit of an issue. I saw a couple of speed, so we'll probably have to look that back. I only saw
Mhm.
Eddie Stewart, but I think one or two other people did it, like Lucas Gomez, or driver from Spain.
Yeah, we'll see
I'm
how that
not
goes.
sure. I don't know who else did, but there was those two. I
Yeah.
saw black and white.
Anyway,
By
there's
now,
now.
the rules should be respected, but we'll gloss over that. There's a whole race to go through.
Yes.
This is one of the only races on the calendar. Well, I wouldn't want to guess ahead, but one of the only races on the calendar where a fuel pit stop is mandatory. So
Yeah,
that's
one of
going
them,
to
one pit stop
fit.
is definitely mandatory, at least because of fuel. They won't make it. Uh, that's one of our topics for this race is fuel. Uh, you won't make it on fuel. Simple as that. Everyone has to refuel at some point, but now we got 20 seconds until the start of the formation lap. I think it's time for the most famous words in motorsport. So Matt, take it away.
Yeah, gentlemen are gonna start their engines, and we're gonna get underway today for a very, very exciting 40 laps of Monza. Now, speaking about a tire strategy, I'd say some people will try to do the entire race on one compound, but I'm thinking there's going to be tire drop off around the 30 lap mark, and we could be seeing some spins that make drivers lose crucial time late in the race, and some will stick to the conventional way of uh, taking a new set of tires and using those fresh tires to the max, and really taking advantage of the extra grip over people who stick on old compound to save time in the pits and get out quickly. So we're here on the formation lap. Edis Batars from Latvia leading the formation lap with, I think, Giovanni Centorame. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but I apologize to any watchers if I.
Well, I'm not Italian, but I think you just nailed it a bit. You just nailed it pretty well. It's yeah, Giovanni
Okay.
Centorame in
Then we
position
have
3.
Juan Guerrero in third. That's closing off the podium positions for qualifying. Pascal Mikula, our own man, uh, co-founder of the organization of the race today, in fourth, a respectable position. German Korev following up after that. Then we have Joe Gillett, Lucas Gomez, Jessica Pelletier. Again, apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. Andres, I think it's Andres Bernardino and Steve Velocity. A very comical name, but a lovable guy, and good to see him back. We don't see him often. We don't see Steve
Oh,
very often.
this is actually his comeback after. Well, not really. This is his open wheeler comeback. He drove in the Rally Targa Floor. He drove a Renault 5 Turbo, finished second to last. It wasn't the greatest result, but he finished, and that's the important thing.
It's
So he's back,
the
and
Targa Florio, 70 kilometers
yeah,
of high octane, non-stop, hard pumping, winding roads. It's deserving of respect alone to finish such a daring race.
drivers are
So
now doing burnouts real quick to warm the tires up. We'll see how it
gonna,
goes. I think we're all lining up now. So 80s, the top 3 are lined up. And I
oh,
just
there's
heard a smash.
already. Oh
That
yeah,
yeah,
that
I just
is.
saw a McLaren without front wing. We got
I
starters
think
orders.
that's
Take it away.
Jessica.
Starters
That's
orders.
Jessica, I think, with the missing front wing. We've already got drama. They're underway. It looks like Guerrero might have stalled at the start. There's contact. Centorame, I think, hit into German Korev. They're through the chicane carefully enough. I think all cars are through. I want to know what happened back there. Someone lost a front wing. It could have been Gillett. He's dropped a lot of places. I don't think he was 8th when they gridded up. Guerrero is already looking on the outside of Batars. He's going through. I think he's going to outbrake him, take the inside line. But, oh my God, Edis has all the grip on the outside. I don't know where he found that grip, but Guerrero isn't going to give up. He's going to look for more opportunity. Maybe he won't attack this early in the race. Steve is already out, so that might have been the person who lost the front wing at the beginning.
No, I saw Jessica lost her front wing. Maybe what my suspicion
Oh,
is.
German's going down the inside. Lucas has outbraked himself. He's narrowly missed the netting of the corner there, the chicane.
Oh yeah, he just got
German
through.
Takes the position. Guerrero has lost, I think, up to half a second on Edis. They're going through the Parabolica now for the first time this race.
What I saw at the start,
is-
sorry to interrupt, what I think what happened is that Jessica might have run into Steve, and that just messed up his suspension. But we'll have to see. Maybe he'll give a comment in the chat, so you may want to look at that. Lap 1 is over now.
Guerrero just narrowly missing the Armco barrier, taking the chicane again for the second time this race. They gotta respect that.
Oh, I think Joe Gillett is off. Joe Gillett had just hit the wall.
Can we get a camera on that? Can we get a camera on Joe, please? Camera on Joe. Oh, Centorame is trying something on Korev. Joe is missing a front wing and a rear wing, so it looks like a heavy impact. Maybe we can get a replay on that? Can we see about a replay on Joe hitting the bar? Yeah, just as I thought. The first victim of the chicane oversteers and then smash right into the Armco barrier. No, it's just completely punishing. There is no margin for error. That Armco barrier will take out every car that dares to try its patience.
I hate
we're
to
back
interrupt,
to the
but I've just noticed an issue in the pit stops. It says fuel cannot be removed or added during the qualifying or the race.
That's why I recommended to everybody to turn on relative fuel strategy.
No, I even had fuel selected.
If I can just give the technical explanation. You have relative fuel strategy turned off. That means in the game, in the menu, it says 45 liters. That's the amount that your car is supposed to have at the end of the pit stop. You're starting with 120 liters. So obviously, it's trying to take out fuel, but it can't because you're in the race session. 1 second.
Okay.
That's why I said turn on relative strategy, because that means the game will add the amount you specified instead of setting it to the amount. That's the difference, you know. But anyway, back to the commentary booth.
Okay, thank you for that little information, that little tidbit. Golden nugget of wisdom from Pascal there. We're gonna go back into the action. So, who are we with? We're with German, who is being followed by Bicola. Behind that, I think, is Lucas Gomez bringing up the rear. Yes, it is. Giovanni Centorano is in third, so he's done well to get himself in a good podium points finish. Oh, Korev getting a little bit loose there out of the chicane. Heading down into the Parabolica again. It doesn't look like there'll be any overtaking opportunities yet. I'd say I'm looking forward to that first stop of the race. I'm looking forward to finding out who is going to keep their tires. I'm gonna ask for data later on that. Joe is in the pits, probably getting those repairs done. That's gonna take a long time, so it's a long day for Joe. I don't know quite how you're going to close the gap on a track like Monza when you're almost You're almost 1.5 laps down, so Joe is probably out of serious contention for the race. Edis has really, like a fart in the wind, he's gone. 10 seconds on the pack itself. Juan is losing more and more time. So Edis is taking no prisoners today. He is really going to he's looking for that win, but I am afraid that that pace that he's trying to give to ensure his victory here, I feel like the chicane will claim him as a victim. But don't take my word for it. Just wait and see. Mikola now, he's looking on the outside of Korev. Is he going to defend? Yes, he's going to cross into the middle. He's going to cross into the middle and wait there. I think he's going to close off any opportunity on the Parabolica. We're hoping for no contact. Yeah, German breaks late. He's going to cover the inside line. He's going over the racing line there to make sure there's no space. I think Mikola will stay in the slipstream and probably take, after the chicane, he'll probably take. No, I don't think any wise man would go for the chicane as an overtaking spot. German covers the line as a good driver should. Bit of dust kicked up by the rear tires there. And yeah, it's going to be a battle of grip. Is he going to... Yeah, Mikkel's going to hold the inside line. He's going to definitely take that position away. I don't think German will snap back. We'll see if he can cut
And Joe
back.
Gillette has just retired.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, that'll be a long... it would have been a long race. But otherwise, there's no... I don't think he should have given up, really. But you never know. That's the beauty of sport. You don't know what's going to happen. German has lost the ground, so Mikola is comfortably up into P4. I think he'll have a look at Giovanni later on in the race. They take the chicane smooth as always. There's the tires, the burning of rubber, because you're coming in from over 200 kilometers per hour, braking hard to get through that chicane, and we're back into the Parabalka. So we're going to start, if I'm mentally counting, I think we are probably near close to lap 10 of 40. So
We are actually now in lap 6.
Oh, lap 6. Okay, all right. I apologize. Oh, Jesus! Oh, big collision. And another victim of the chicane today. Just unforgiving. That chicane. So, Monster, put in for safety. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Just one small mistake, and you are a victim. I'd say multiple punctures. If we were talking in real life, I'd be afraid to say a death. But the sim racing allows us to take on the dangers of the early 70s without.
Edis actually has fallen back as well. Here's the dead man talking. Edis is down to 3rd. He's falling back. Oh, he's falling back hard. I think he's stationary. Edis stationary very slow. I think he has damage.
Another victim.
He must have hit some other wall because he didn't hit the first turn. But
missing a front wing, 2 punctures. I think so. Yeah, I think so. He must have hit something. 2
punctures. Well, the thing is, I have right side punctures as well. I need to get back to the pits as well. So we'll see.
Oh, it looks like okay. So he lost a front wing.
I see what's happened. Ascari.
The Lesmos. I think either the Lesmos or he probably was claimed by the dreaded chicane. Oh yes, I'm correct. He was a victim of the chicane.
Another spin.
I predicted it exactly. He would be a victim of the chicane.
Turn 1 as well?
Yeah,
on the same lap.
I told you. I called you. I called it. I knew he's pushing too hard to create a strong gap. I knew it. So now we have Guerrero, who is our race leader. Yeah, but
Amazing.
Tars is going to successfully nurse his car to the pits and repair. So he broke his front wing at the chicane, and then he nursed the car all the way through the Lesmos, through the straight into Ascari, and he then failed to take Ascari because of the punctures. Everyone overtaking him there. Gomez looks like he might have pace to catch up on Korev, we are looking at right now. He's working very hard. Could we get a cockpit shot of Lucas? Not the onboard, the cockpit. If we could,
I think we're
have a
getting.
look for this. Lovely, that's great. So
Eddie's car
yeah,
is running again. I think the engine is running again.
I think
did fire it
Gomez,
up.
yeah, Gomez is working very hard. He locked up into the parabolica. He's putting the foot down, making sure he doesn't go over the RPM. I think it's 8,000 RPMs. You can't go
You're
over.
roundabout. That's the red line. These old engines. But
Yeah,
if
you
anything,
don't want
he's,
to.
you can't tell he's not. You can't say he's not trying.
He's doing
Definitely.
He's working very hard. He's pushing his V8.
Okay.
very-
Have a look into the pits.
So could we? Yeah, let's get a shot on the pits. We have
this is
Mikkel
bad.
and
The suspension is
Tars
bad.
still in the pits.
I think Eddie's has longer repair than I had, but
I don't think we're
issue-
gonna see. I have a feeling we're not gonna see ADs complete this race. He's out of the pits now. But look at the state of that car. No control over the steering whatsoever.
well,
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
turning
think he's
like
gonna-
50 degrees to the right to go straight. I think we really.
Oh,
Really?
Jessica
Oh,
was
Jessica
blocked
just- oh,
off by Edith in the chicane. She narrowly missed getting smashed.
Oh, is she? Oh, she's stationary.
yeah.
That's gonna. Oh no.
She's
oh
okay.
no.
She's okay. She's
Did
okay.
she suffer any
She
damage?
barely
Is the question.
smashed into the entrance of the oval to Monza.
Aye.
No, I did not. I
Just-
just madly missed the barrier going onto the oval. I got thrown off by
Aye.
Eddie's going all over the place.
There has to be something has to be done. Ben, anyway, we still have a race to run, so I'll just concentrate on trying not to die. Matt, just take it away. You're doing good.
Okay. All right. Back to the commentary booth we go. Let's try and get a feed on Korev. Please. All right. Yeah, he's pulled away quite comfortably from Lucas Gomez, who was catching up. It doesn't look like he's going to catch up any longer. Maybe he's having problems. Could we get a shot off his car? Maybe he's had problems. Lucas Gomez. Yeah. Yeah, he's pulling into the pits.
He's now in the pits. He must have hit something again.
Looks like I'm
as
a
well.
bit psychic today.
Well, the thing is, we are now at the point, technically the pit window, what you call nowadays the pit window. Oh lord. Oh good lord. Oh god, this thing is unstable. What you would nowadays call the pit window is currently open. Because now, when you fill up the tank, you go back to, the 120 liters, which is the maximum that these cars can take. And now we are in lap 9 of 40. That means we have 32 laps to go. The cars can do 32 laps on 120 liters. They just can't do 40.
First I had my predictions about how people were going to take this pitting situation, but the fact that people have had to pit so early, I don't know if they're going to switch to fresh compounds and fill up the tank. But if people,
those with the puncture definitely had to.
Yeah, with puncture, like you got fresh tires about 7 laps into the race. That's almost 1/4 of our 40 laps here in the Italian sun. Guerrero has seemingly lost time because Centrame, if I may, I think was over 10 seconds behind Guerrero. So he's I'm watching the gap close a little bit. He's 8 seconds now, 8.9 maybe. Gomez has done his prepared, so it's a the grid has split into half. So we have half on the lead lap and half who are 1.5 laps behind, if that explanation makes sense. I think it does. So we have the back. Well, I wouldn't call them back markers because four, five, six are all point scoring positions. Two of those who are lapped are still in those point scoring positions. So we have half of those who are lapped who are fighting their own race, and then we have half on the lead. Oh, another person's been lapped. So could we go to Anderson Bernardino? I think he's in trouble because he wasn't recently lapped. I think he could have been claimed by the chicane.
No, I
He's
think he
lost
just got
the front
lapped on
wing.
pace. Or is he
No,
Well,
he's
he's gonna have
missing
a
a front wing.
parabolica.
So
I was riding behind
Parabolica
him.
claimed him? Okay, yeah, then yeah. But he's in P4, so that, you know.
yeah, not for very long if he wants. I mean, he's missing a
Smoke
front
in
wing.
the Ascari chicane. That's Lucas Gomez. Lucas Gomez is station. Lucas Gomez is retired.
Oh Jesus!
That was
And
smoke in the Ascari chicane. I just saw the Matic A50,
the
the
tires
papaya
just
orange one.
narrowly missing, getting spun up on the curb of the Ascari.
Oi. Well, we should get a replay
Lucas
on
took a
that.
tank slapper right in the engine. Yeah, gone, spun straight into the barrier. Monza of this era takes no prisoners. I
It's a
I can't say I'm
dangerous place,
surprised.
really.
Like, I can't say I'm too surprised. Like, I know this track is dangerous. It's pretty. It has claimed some famous names in its time, but this is unprecedented. I thought drivers would be a bit more reserved going into this race, but hey, I can't hold it against them coming out here today to try and seek a victorious result. So I can't hold it against them. It may be sim racing. You'd have to be brave, ice water in your veins.
Matt, the thing is, the talking point the whole week has been turn 1. And so far it's claimed like 2 or 3 drivers.
The front runners too, at that.
Yes, Ascari was never really the talking point because it was just a matter of, just brake earlier. But it happened with Gomez.
It looks like Edis is looking up the. You might want to concentrate there and defend the position as you have. He's having a look up the inside, outside, switch back, and he's through. Is he through? It's going to be a battle of speed. I think Pascal can look at the slipstream, can take either in or out.
I'm not sure how in what way did Edis even hit the barrier? Did he hit it like I did, or sideways? Turn 1, because he doesn't seem to have any suspension damage now. Huh?
He hit the front and the rear, so I don't know how he's driving that thing.
Yeah, he's really fast. I don't know. I mean, I repaired everything I could, and I'm struggling.
Maybe he adjusted the air. I don't know if that's.
No, it's not possible.
No, it is not. Okay, so I have no idea how he's driving the balls off that thing.
That's my day gone. Thank you very much, Eddies. Sorry, but I'm gonna say it out loud. Thank you very much, Eddies, with your stupid way of driving this chicane. I point the blame squarely at him for this whole disaster. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, big impact there. Front wheel is gone. Front left wheel is gone. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm looking at his onboard right now. He's driving this thing like it never hit anything. He's just pointing the wheel straight. So
that can't be possible.
No. Look at his onboard. Well, I mean, he's pointing it a little bit to the right, but
that can't be possible. Especially the way he came out of the pits. He was all over the place.
Yep, and he's actually right now. Oh, he just did 2 wheels off the ground there in Ascari. But yeah, my point stands. I put the blame for this whole dilemma in turn 1 fully on him. And I mean...
In race penalty, maybe?
I'm gonna have a look at how he took turn 1 the whole time. It was told, do not take this corner at any sort of high speed in the race. And he already complained about it, saying that he already complained about it, saying that race control is trying to sabotage him and whatever. And that's just the darndest claim I've heard ever. But I'm not gonna say much, because if I talk now, if I say too much now, I'm gonna say something I regret, and that's really not what I want to do. But either way, yeah.
Also, going back to that
We
point,
have a race still to run, and what this whole chaos has ensured is that, Jessica, you're in 6th place. You would
yeah,
get a point if you make it through.
just going back to the point of lap 1, or just before the start, I hit a cone and it destroyed my front ends. Those cones are deadly.
Back to the race. We have Juan Guerrero actually in the lead. Giovanni Centurame, who's on the screen right now, in 2nd place. A healthy 8-second gap between the two, and Giovanni going through the chicane. Clean line, very nicely. Guerrero now going through Curva Grande. Korolev, the Russian driver, is 47 seconds back. So basically everyone bar Cinturame and Guerrero have had a visit either in the tire barrier or in the pits, or both. With that said, before we go any further in this race, which we are now on lap 14 of 40, so we're about almost halfway through, I would say. There's not a whole lot happening right now, not a whole lot of close battles. The only other fight for position is between Eddie Spatas and Anderson Bernardino, and those two are like half a lap apart. We can have a quick look at what's happening soon here at CMH Sports, and basically all over the place, and sim racing news. Next week we head to Hockenheimring, to the forest of Germany of Heidelberg near Hockenheim, or as motorsport fans say, Hockenheim near Heidelberg, the Grand Prix of Nations on July 11th, where we will do somewhere around this distance as well. It's going to be another very fast race. However, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't see any sort of bad discussions like this week, because Hockenheim is a pretty straightforward track. So, definitely another exciting race coming up there. Then we head into our little CMH summer break. That doesn't mean we stop racing. We go to Indianapolis, the R-Factor Sim Racing Alliance Indianapolis 500-mile race. On July 17th and July 18th, we are going to go through our time trials. The infamous, or more famous and infamous, qualifying days at Indianapolis. We have over 50 cars going for 33 slots in the race. So bump day is definitely going to be exciting. So July 17th, pole day, July 18th, bump day. Tune in. Both days will be broadcasted. And 1 week later, on July 25th, the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indianapolis 500. Tune in here on CMH Sports.
I think after those messages and a bit of a skerfuffle in the booth, I think I can return back to the normal commentary. It's, yeah, it was really all covered. There's not much going on. I mean, you have Jessica now on this 2 laps down, almost 3. Edis is virtually out of podium contention. I don't know how he's going to climb that up. I think I'll try to find some data about tire wear and see what look laps. I'm guessing we're going to pit around the 30 lap mark, but who's to say? There's not much battles going on right now, but Giovanni, as I predicted, has closed the gap a little bit. So he is looking to win this race. I don't know what will happen. I think Juan will stop and Giovanni will take over. Giovanni probably has enough fuel to last him the next 20 laps, and if that is true, he might have enough time. He'll gain enough time on Juan that when he needs to stop, he will have a swift one because he won't have had any damage. He has been careful. He's looked after himself. I haven't seen him get into any trouble since the beginning of the race. So he will have enough. He will have gained enough time on Juan to probably fight for the win. My bet today is that Giovanni will win the race. Undoubtedly, because he's driving an excellent race today and he's gaining the time in all the right places. If we could have a look at Juan, on board with Juan, and see how he's going, I think he's going just fine. It looks like he's taking it easy. We get a cockpit view. Yeah, he's braking early. He's taking his.
He's definitely not very much taking risks. Yeah. That's
why he's losing time. That's why he's probably losing time.
He's not losing that much. He's not losing that much, frankly. If you look at the times.
Over a 40-lap period, Pascal,
definitely, you're losing time.
I would fight with you that he won't win this race. Not with this relaxed way. Oh, by the way, I think Pascal's going to be with us for the rest of the race because he's out.
Well, yeah, I got
co-owner of the organization. He's not a stranger in the box. So
the thing is, I'm looking at the times, and Giovanni is very consistent. He's doing
German.
33.
What happened to German?
What happened to him? It just says.
Let's get a replay.
I know what happened.
Tell. Oh my!
He missed his braking point into turn 1 and then hit the.
Another victim claimed by the chicane.
He didn't get claimed by the chicane. He got claimed by the barrier that keeps people from driving onto the oval. Unbelievably bad luck there, and
my engine died.
Claims another victim, and Jessica has a dead engine here. Now we're all dropping like flies. Looks like Jessica is. This looks like the. Oh yeah, this looks like the exit of. It's like lesson mode 2. So we're currently rewinding to see what happened there. And have we on board to see the refs? Oh, that looks like you lost it. Oh, that looks like the rear just broke loose. Like something broke at the rear, and I'm not talking about the engine, but the engine most likely just blew up as a result of the impact. But
yeah, something broke. That is for sure.
Okay, looking back, hey, he didn't learn yet, did he? I mean, okay, this was a very close call with the wall there from Mr. Bottas, who's now in 4th place. What I meant to say about Giovanni and Juan, the gap has actually increased now by 1 second. Giovanni is doing very stable 33 mid. times. Meanwhile, Juan Guerrero, his past lap, lap 19, was a 132.836. He's currently got the fastest lap of the race, I think. Let me just double check. And that makes it even more interesting because Juan Guerrero is, remember, driving the older McLaren. He's driving the old M10 McLaren, which is, from 1970, 71. While Giovanni Santorame is driving the 1972, the M18. Which is, a better car, but Juan is holding up very, very well with what he's got.
Probably in definitely if it's the better car. Definitely in better in statistics, it's the better chassis. I'd assume, but engines are all. It's not a spec series, but the engines are very similar all around. So. If they're giving out the same power on a track like this, the aerodynamics do not matter. If you have the upper hand, if you have driven a smooth race like Guerrero has for the past umpteen amount of laps, I stopped counting after 6, if I'm honest.
Let me have a look. Giovanni just replied. No way, he didn't. My bad. I got put off by the purple time on his board, but that was a lap a few laps ago. I'm gonna just look who's currently holding the best lap. It's not very surprising that Edis Bottas is holding the fastest lap with a 131.7.
And it looks like if we could cut to
pace for most of us, but he's
could we cut to Bernardino? Bernardino looks like he's gonna.
Juan Guerrero.
If we look at that gap, if we could get the cameras on him, Bernardino looks like he's going to be fighting Edis in a couple moments. So if we could get and he still hasn't repaired that front wing, so I'm not a betting man, but I think we're going to look at a collision
lock
here,
up
because two different people having to take two different lines.
It's not going to be a lot of.
I assume he just has damage. Even if it's not obviously showing, I assume Bernardino has damage. I assume there's going to be some sort of collision because it's two people driving at 200 kilometers per hour, flat out. Like, look at that. Oh, you see? I told you.
Oh, what happened there? He just lost it there on the braking, didn't he?
I told you. You can't drive.
What the? That was.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but
interesting driving.
I'm sorry, but that was a dive bomb if I ever saw one. Oh, what happened with Bernardino? He just pulled over.
I think he waited for him, but it wasn't even his fault. So he just gave third position on a platter to someone who didn't even deserve it.
Yeah, that was a dive bomb, like one you'd see in a textbook. Here's a replay again. So we're winding real quick, looking at the swingman from
Bernardino was perfectly taking
He saw him coming. Look at that. If Anderson hadn't opened up the turn, they would have collided.
Like he thinks it's his fault.
I told you
and Anderson just pulled over there.
Two different people with two different levels of damage, having to drive two different lines because of that damage. I told you there would either be a collision or what happened there, there would be two cars going off, because, like, textbook racing.
And also the issue there, what Eddie's did broke a rule that was done in driver's briefing. No dive bombs into turn 1.
Yeah, that was an attempted overtake into turn 1, which was strictly forbidden because of the safety concerns of turn 1.
Just for the new people who might be here, that's Jessica, who's also staff at the organization.
So she's
nice. Probably going to be in the box with us a while. It's a bit, three's a crowd.
Crowded.
The more the merrier.
Hey, it's like Crofty and Brundle, and then 2 seconds, Ted. No, but anyway.
Sort of race.
I think we can all agree that there's some moves that need to be definitely investigated. because that was just my heart stopped for a second.
I think my heart
F-
stopped
yeah.
beating at the first time I saw turn 1.
Which was either way. Matt. One is comfortably 9.2 in the lead, 9.2 and building a gap. You
I
think
don't
he's got
even-
less fuel now than Giovanni because he's pushing a bit more?
I
Gotta
can
be
talk
less
I can talk strategy, but there's like until Edith catches up on
He's 2 laps
Central
down.
Adams, he's probably but
Oh, on the track,
knowing
you mean?
like on the track he's not too far away from Rami, and I think he's going to try and as unwise as it may be, because he's in a comfortable third. I think he's going to try and unlap himself. And I don't know if he wants to make a statement, but you're 2 laps down on Monza.
He's already.
Yeah,
he's announced it that he wanted to protest the decision to the rules into turn 1 with. He initially claimed he wanted to just stop in turn 1, which he didn't. But then he just pulled off some of those moves. It's I think he needs to have a visit with the stewards after the race.
I'll reserve my judgment until after the stream and find out what exactly is going to go down. Because if Monza was this, for a lack of better words, interesting, I'd say Hockenheim is going to be even more interesting. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
The fortunate thing about Hockenheim is that there's no chicane like that to worry about. There's the Clark chicane and the Bremskurve 3, which Bremskurve 2 actually, which is the other chicane on the other side of the track, and they're pretty straightforward. If you cut across them, you're pretty much boned. But that's not the topic. So you're right, actually.
Hockenheim doesn't have any much runoff than this place, does it?
No.
If you're an avid watcher of the channel, you've probably seen how a typical Hockenheim race has gone down before in the turbo era of the late 70s Dutch Sportmeisterschaft cars. I won't talk all about it right now, but if you want to see if you'd like to see what I predict will be a typical race again here when we revisit them in F5000 cars.
Oh yeah,
I'd say watch that video and then just take a drink every time something similar from the DRM Hockenheim race happens at the F5000. And I guarantee you will be smashed drunk.
Absolutely crap-faced. There has been a question from our producer/director, how much of the race is left? Well, to answer you that question, we are in lap 24 out of 40, so that's 16 laps to go next time around, which will be very soon because Juan Guerrero is just approaching Parabolica corner now. And we must have missed something because Edis Bottas has lost a lot of track time to... Oh, their horses, guess what happened? He hit turn 1 again. I'm looking at him right now. He has a front right puncture and he's missing his front wing. No, wait, I'm sorry. I'm mistaken. He didn't hit turn 1. He got out of the chicane, got onto the straight towards Cova Grande, and just turned hard right into the Armco. I don't know what happened there. Something must have happened there, and I'm not sure what. I don't even think it was.
Can we get a replay? Is that an engine smoking or is
That's
that
the tire. That's the tire. That's the tire.
Can we get a replay on? So yeah, sorry. Yeah, he went off the same way he did when he got those first 2 front right, front left punctures. Then we're back through Lesmos.
And he's back in the pits again. Look at that! Look at that! Okay.
So he just lost it on a straight.
He's going out of turn 1 and just starting from here turns hard right into the Armco.
Oh, I know what that looks like. That looks
Looks a
like,
bit. It's look a little bit like a controller issue.
yeah. Oh my God! Don't give me those memories.
I mean, I looked in the. I looked in the transcripts and not in the transcript, but in the chat before, and when he got the first crash and was on the pit stop, was in the pits, he said his controller disconnected, which I
So
don't.
is he out? Is he out of it?
Oh, he said like that was about 20 minutes ago when the first incident happened. He says that his controller disconnected. I don't really buy it. I think he just had a little bit of a lack of reaction, because if your controller disconnects, you're just done.
So Bernard,
As you are able to attest, if your controller disconnects in this game, you have to restart the game in order for the game to recognize your controller again.
well, I've been playing it in my spare time. I've been playing this game, and when when your controller disconnects, yes, you have to leave the server, but you can actually rejoin, and the game will recognize your controller again. But that doesn't take it.
Yeah, but
that
once you
doesn't
leave the server, you're out of the race.
it doesn't take away any less of the fact that you're finished. You're done.
Yeah, basically.
And Bernardino, who
and
started at pretty much the Bernardino's outbraked himself with that lack of downforce he has in the front wing. Is he in the barrier? Can we get a replay?
Bernardino is now out of Parabolica, but I want to bring the attention to Edis Bottas. Just right out of the pits, he hits the turn 1 wall again.
Yeah, let's get a shot on
the front wing. Oh, this is okay. Frankly, unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Bernardino is fine, but Edis is having it's just.
Look at that.
I guess. I mean, his
reprimand. Right out of the pits, and then just.
Yeah, he's already paying for his own reprimand if he's done anything questionable during the race, because that's what happens when you try to take the chicane the way he takes the chicane to get the laps that he gets.
Oh, I'm looking
at
And
now he also has a puncture.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. His tires are fine. It's his suspension that isn't. He has now, after 3 heavy impacts in the wall, the same level of suspension damage I had after 1. And you see, that's how hard it is driving these cars when they've got damaged suspension.
And Centurame is probably taking his first driving clean pitting. All race long. He's taking his first. That's a planned pit stop, I imagine.
Yes, it is. We're in lap 27. He can make it on fuel now. And Guerrero
has not yet pitted, but he's the 10-second gap hasn't changed. So I think
close.
The 10-second gap has frozen, so either Juan Guerrero has crashed, or he's in the pits.
He hasn't. Bernard, there you go. It's just refreshed. Bernardino just now. No, not Bernardino. Centurame, careful. There he goes. No, Centurame just now crossed the start-finish line because he was in the pits. That's why the gap has frozen. But Guerrero has just lapped Edis Bottas for the 4th time and is now entering the pits. Juan Guerrero is now entering the pits.
I refrain my judgment about Bernardino not repairing that front wing, despite the fact that any chance of him being overtaken is gone because the person behind him is 2 laps down on him. But
that was a quick pit stop. That was a quick pit stop by Juan. He didn't change tires. He just took on some fuel. He's back on track. That was less than 10 seconds.
So
beautiful pit stop.
From the back of the grid, Bernardino is in
3rd place?
In a podium position, but I don't know when he wants to repair that damage. It's probably not even that bad, but I'm not a fan of driving a damaged car. So if I can repair it, I will. I don't care what time I lose. I will repair it.
But back in the garage,
So Guerrero has gone for the. I don't know. I'm guessing your tires would be at around the 50-40% mark at this point in the race if you go on a one-stop strategy. So either one of 2 things is going to happen. Juan is going to nurse the car home and take his victory. It's well deserved. Or he's going to bite the bad apple of of luck. Those tires that are basically screaming to be changed will eventually, he will feel the drop off, and he will eventually outbrake himself somewhere, and probably get damage, and Centurane will capitalize on that. Or
Well, we'll see. Juan knows how to preserve his car. That's all. I'll give him that. He knows how to preserve his car.
Yeah, the top two are driving how I expected everyone else to drive today. Fortunately,
Very calculated. Well, okay.
I mean, if I was driving in this race...
Oh, Juan! No!
I told you!
Goes.
What did I say? What did I say?
His engine
it's
is still
so
running.
predictable.
He's
running, but he has damage now. I told you.
Well, look, as long as his left front tire, I'm concerned about his left front tire. It looks to be fine. He's still in it, and he's got a big...
Oh Jesus, that was a hard impact.
Oh yeah, it was definitely. He's got a big cushion still ahead of Centurame. If he keeps it on the road now, and believe me, Juan is definitely awake now. If he wasn't awake before, he's definitely awake now. He's got 12 laps to go. If he can make turn 1 12 more times and lose less than 51.538 seconds, which is the current gap between him and Centurame, who really pushed through turn 1 there, then Juan Guerrero, despite this little oops, is gonna take a win.
And if he that's if he doesn't try to repair it for
he just clipped the ball there a bit. Wait, did I just see a front wing? I just saw a front wing lying there. 80s into Parabolica.
Again?
There he is.
And he's stuck probably. That looks like the end of it.
Oh no, he's done.
He's gonna blow that engine trying to get out of there.
His damage was too much there. I'm looking at the replay, and his left rear is just done. The suspension. He lost on the straight. He lost his front wing because he went into the Armco, and
Guerrero's in the pits.
He had his second hit. Yes, Eddie's had a hit in the. He had 2 heavy hits into the Armco. The first one broke his left front wheel. And his engines. The first one punctured his left front wheel. The second one punctured his left rear wheel, and now his engine is dead.
Yeah,
it's dead. Yeah. He's retired.
You don't. You see, like that might.
Who's in the pits? Guess who's in the pits? Yep.
You had a small. Yeah, I told you.
Changed now.
It's too predictable. It's too predictable. The way the people are driving today, it's too predictable. I'm not even cursing. I'm not even saying something good is going to happen and cursing them over that. There's no commentator's curse. They're just driving too predictably dangerous. And now you had a bit of a few honest words to say about Edith, and now look what's happened. You don't drive that way on this kind of track and not pay the consequence. Centurame has done nothing but have patience and respect for the danger of this track, and now he's going to win the Grand Prix. I have every confidence.
Well, wait.
I have every confidence.
You do, and I completely agree with you that Centurame is in a wonderful position to win. However, 5.9 seconds is the gap between him and Juan. Juan has just pitted for new tires, probably, and for the damage repair. I'm not sure if Giovanni has pitted for new tires as well.
That damage. I'd say Giovanni spent a long time in the pits. I'd say he has tires, but okay. I think Juan still has old tires because damage repair was quick. That was fairly quick.
Okay, in that case, because, well, the thing is, that makes it so interesting. We don't know. 5.8 seconds. The gap is steady. He makes it. Wonderful.
I have a feeling Juan will crash pushing too hard to try and overtake.
Don't jinx it.
I have a feeling.
If Juan has new tires now, Then we're in for
So you're betting on Juan to win, and I'm betting on Giovanni to win. We'll see.
We'll see
I put
about
it
that. I
on
don't
the
think
board.
one will flow past him. I just think he had 2 pit stops now within a few laps. One for fuel, the other one for damage. If he used the time for the damage repair to get new tires, then we're in for an exciting battle for the lead here. And we're in the last quarter of the race.
Okay. If you just
6.6.
take over for 30 seconds
Yes,
or so, I'm
no
just gonna run
worries.
to the toilet and I'll be back.
Okay. Looking at the gaps again, 6.6. Okay, I may have I may have prematurely said something about Juan's tires, but again, well, 6.6 seconds, it's not the world. One mistake, and especially on such a high speed track like Monza, and you're done. We can have a look from Giovanni. He's going to turn 1 now. Think he made it and won. He's pushing hard. He made it as well. Lovely. You can see it in the background there. Just, Juan just has Giovanni. He has him just in his sight still, and everyone who drives, who's doing driving race cars knows. As long as you got your opponent in your sight, you know you can catch him. As soon as he's out of your sight, even on a straight, then you know, okay, that's that. However, the gap is increasing still. 7.3 seconds. Giovanni still has the fresher rubber. Well, mainly because he pitted later. No, he actually didn't. Never mind. I missed. Giovanni pitted, I think, 1 or 2 laps earlier. So, unbeknownst to him, the undercut, which we call it nowadays, it worked. Again, Juan has him in his sights, 7.2 seconds. Giovanni must make one small mistake, Guerrero is thinking. He's thinking, if he just makes one little mistake, I will catch him. But we'll never know. Giovanni Santorami crossing the start-finish line now to start lap 33. And it's a 1 minute 34.390. Juan Guerrero starting lap 33. And it's a 1 minute 35.261. So Juan is definitely slower. Oh, but he's still pushing. I think that's all his tires can give. And Anderson Bernardino doing his thing, 2.8 laps behind. I think he's a bit slow there. Let me have a look at him real quick. Well, he's still running without a front wing. But, he's been running without a front wing for the entire race, basically. So let's have a quick look at the standings haven't really changed much. It's Giovanni Santorami in the lead, extending his lead actually. Let's see what happens when he catches up to Anderson Bernardino. Although, to give complete and utter credit to him, complete and well-deserved credit to Anderson, he is a very clean driver. So he's gonna make way, I'm sure. 8 seconds behind him, Juan Guerrero. Now, still 7.9. No, it's now 8 flat. Okay. Rounding out
I'm
the
back.
podium spots at the moment, it's Anderson Bernardino about 3 laps behind. I suppose in about 2 or 3 laps, we will have Anderson right in front of Giovanni. Edis Bottas, our latest retirement, putting the blame for his incidents squarely on his controller disconnecting. Oh, that was a close one there for Giovanni. German
I'm back.
Kovarev also turned 1. I know, I just heard you.
I'm just checking.
German Kovarev having had an incident in turn 1, out of the race, and Juan Guerrero is in the pits. What happened with Juan Guerrero? He's in the pits.
I told you those two.
Oh no! Wait, I need to have a look. What happened there?
My predictions were on the ball.
Let's have a look at the replay. What happened there? can see there's tire marks, more tire marks, and Juan Guerrero. Let's have a
Told
look at
you.
the
Look, the grip.
swingman. He locks
Watch
up
as the grip is just no grip.
and he
No.
goes onto the grass and hits the rear with the back. Oh no!
He bit the bad apple of those tires not wanting to cooperate with him.
That
I
was more
told you.
really just horrible luck, really.
I don't know, but it
I
looked
mean,
like the grip was
you
just
are
not there.
right. He had the old tires, and now he's out of the pits again. Oh Lord,
And
please
and
make
now
turkey.
Giovanni, all you have to do is drive slow.
He
Take
just has to
those.
coast now.
How many laps are left?
We're now in lap 34. There's 7 laps to go. 35
So
will be
yeah,
started shortly, so that's gonna be 6 laps to go.
he
Oh,
can
wow.
drive as slow as he wants. Just
Take
take
it
those
over,
6
man.
laps. And take
Anderson
your time.
Bernardino's in the pits.
I told
I-
you, Giovanni is our race winner today. I'm telling you.
I think Anderson is now. Well, how many times has Anderson pitted by now? I think it's if that's his first stop, he's just now pitting for fuel.
Did he
Well,
put that?
King
Did
of
he
the
put
lake
that
pitter.
bloody front wing on?
No.
Of course he didn't. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, he did. Never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Thank God.
Either way,
It's about time too.
come on. Oh, one. Come on, keep it together. That's a. Don't want to wreck
He's
that.
in a podium position. He has no I did
He
say
just
he would
lost the
lose the
brake
fight
there.
for first
Well,
place.
yeah.
But he's in second. Like there's no reason to not finish this race. Just go to the end.
What happened there with Juan to finish that up? What was seen there? He clipped the outside grass. He clipped the grass on the outside, and he kissed the wall with his rear left tire just a bit. The problem is that rear left tire must have been so worn down that punched a hole in that tread and punctured it. So that was just the unluckiest of wall kisses ever. Juan Guerrero, turn 1. Oh, hold on to your horses.
What
there.
are you? Who are you pushing for? Who are you pushing?
I think he's really angry at himself for having made those mistakes that he did. So he's pushing unintentionally, even.
I'm pretty sure Centerane and Bernardino were people who were at the back of the grid at the beginning of the race, and Juan is the only person who is qualified in a already competitive point scoring position that is still in that said position. Otherwise, anyone else who was at the front after qualifying is out. And it's been the winners of today, the people who sit on the podium today are there simply because they know how to respect the car and track combo that they have here.
Giovanni qualified, what was it, ahead of me actually. He qualified, I think, P2. There's
Bernardino's
making
having
space.
problems.
No, he's just making way for Giovanni. That's what I said earlier. Anderson is a very clean, very careful driver. When he sees you in his mirror, he, in 99% of cases, he just makes way. He just lets you by. He's just like, all right, there you go. So, and that's what I like about him as well.
Yeah, he practices hard. I've seen that. He's very respectful, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that he's not winning races or he's not that fast. He wins the hearts and minds. That's what matters.
Not only that, he's finishing well. I mean, Anderson
Third from just having respect for the track.
Yes, he's got the mindset of, if I crash here, I'm dead. And looking at the past results of Anderson Bernardino, he has never finished on the podium yet. So, but he's had 4.
He deserves it.
Yes, not only that, I just checked the results. He had 2 4th place finishes so far, and 2 6th places. Now he's got a 3rd place, and he's gonna roll up the ranks. He's gonna be in the top 5, I'm pretty sure, at some point in the points.
All well-deserved hard fought. And if I may, despite the misfortune of people who crashed out not because of themselves, maybe because of others, but we're seeing people. I have my my comments on Juan's actions on not managing not managing his pace properly and losing out because of it, and maybe he
Well,
should have taken.
it's just a gamble that you took, you know.
And I think it was an unnecessary gamble. He didn't have to take. But I think I will take this opportunity to talk about what's upcoming for the.
I just did.
Oh,
I
you
already
did? Okay.
I already did, but I mean, look, we can have a look at the point standings going into next week's F5000 race, if it finishes the way it does now, and it very much looks like it. Since let's have a look at the standings. I'm gonna have a look at the
Unless a
standings real quick.
meteorite crashes into the track and blocks.
Oh
the whole
yeah.
road.
So
this is
we
the
have
finishing.
Giovanni Centorame getting his 9 points for a win here. He will instantly shoot up to 6th place in the standings, right behind Stefano Coletta. And so it's gonna be still a 3-way tie for 6th place then, with him, Wilmar Jonsson, and Gustavo Losburo. 2nd place is Juan Guerrero, who currently has 7 points. He's gonna get 6 points, so that's gonna be 13 points. That's gonna put him ahead of Giovanni Centorame. So Juan is gonna be 6th, Giovanni is 7th, and then 8th and 9th are still going to be with 9 points, Johnson and Losburo. Bernardino with 3rd place gets 4 points. That gives him 12 points in total. So that means Guerrero is 6th place. 7th place is Anderson Bernardino with 12 points, and then 8, 9, and 10 are going to be those with 9 points. 4th place is it's Edis Batas. He's getting 3 points. That puts him on an even 40. So he's breaking the tie in the championship lead. Oh, darn it. 5th place is German Korev. He's getting 2 points. That puts him into. He stays in 3rd place with 28 points. And 6th place is Jessica Pelletier, who gets 1 point to add her up to 3 points, which puts her in 13th place in the standings. Which, if you thought a 3-way tie for 9 points, with 9 points is crazy, here are the drivers with currently 3 points, and who are gonna have 3 points in the future next week. Matthew Oboyski, Dami Kuratko, Matt Cipagnoni have all 3 points. It's gonna be a 4-way tie because Jessica's gonna get in there as well. And with that said, it's quite, at the top of the standings, there's gonna be a good fight, and even at the bottom ranks, there's gonna be quite a fight. And I think, Matt, we've talked quite a lot. We are in the final lap.
And Centorame, the horse I bet on, is going to take that double.
Going on the back straight for one final time. You can hear him short shifting. He's putting like half power down. He's just going, early braking, early downshifting through Parabolica for one final time. He's crawling through. He's crawling through that corner.
40 laps
here.
40 laps of nothing but respect for a dangerous track. Well deserved.
And Giovanni Centorame on his debut for CMH's F5000 series. Remember, he won the he also won the Targa Florio for Group A. Takes the win in the Gran Premio Lotteria Di Monza. Congratulations on a home win as well. In second place will be Juan Guerrero, who is now entering Ascari for the final time. Let's have a look at Anderson Bernardino first. Yeah, there he is. He is now crossing the line 4 laps down, but 3rd place goes to Brazil.
Doesn't matter how many laps you're down, as long as you can look at the people who are in the garage with their broken cars after not driving the way they should be.
And in Parabolica right now, having a bit of oversteer there. He's still pushing. He's still angry, and I completely understand it. Juan Guerrero in the blue and white Guy Edwards McLaren M10B is getting the runner-up spot, 1 minute and 6.5 behind the winner Giovanni Santorami. And you can tell he's angry.
I don't mean to be a James Hunt in the commentary box, but he has no one to blame but himself. He took an unnecessary risk and he paid for it.
Yeah, as much as I want to disagree with you, I can't. It's just impossible. Giovanni now going through Parabolica on his cool down lap. You want to bet on some donuts? I'm pretty sure he's going to do some donuts. He deserves it. The question is he going to do them in the pit lane?
He's a reserved fella, so I don't think so. I think he's going to just go to his box and respectfully take his win. Yeah, just like that.
His engine is still run? No, he just turned it off. Okay. Why? How do you know that all the time?
How do I know when things are going to happen? I guess I just don't. I never knew I was going to be good at this job. I don't know. But
And yeah, Juan Guerrero is definitely angry.
I think I've been sim racing too long. That's why. But yeah, a reserved man parks into the pit like a reserved man should. Yeah, I can see in the chat Juan Guerrero is
he's
furious.
very angry. Either way, man, we have okay. That means
we have a lot of looking into. I'm gonna have to look into a lot of them because no, there was incidents, no doubt. Incidents, no doubt. Not to mention the reconnaissance lap had incidents.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that. Jessica says she hit the cone, but
what cone?
no,
I don't see.
well, they're you know the cones that separate that are on the main straight.
Oh, are they collidable? When I drove on them,
Very
they
much
were.
so, yes.
When I drove there, I got like a little loose on a practice lap days prior before the race, before my heart loose. We'll call it a hardware failure. When I drove, I could go straight through them. You probably patched that now. I don't know.
Exactly, because you could just run wide and just gain a lot of time.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Anyway. With that said, it was a very chaotic. I'm getting very very unfortunate. Sadly, I am getting Gold Star Suzuka Grand Prix vibes from that one, and I hate to say
I
it,
mean,
but
it was a good race.
I contributed to those vibes because I crashed out as well. So sucks to be me, but either way, I mean, you have good races and you have bad races, don't you? But let's have a look if we can get some words.
Yeah. Let's try and get him in here.
Yep, just did. Anyway, meanwhile, we'll wait for like 5 minutes or so. We'll wait for like 5 minutes or so. Meanwhile, we can just have some chit chat. Matt,
I think this is the first time I talked to you in a long time. I didn't really say anything for the Tiger Floreo. We couldn't even televise that, but it is what it is. I'll probably. I mean, I won't be able to race for a while because of my computer, but until the rest of my PC parts come. But I will definitely be a frequent visitor of the commentary box until then. I mean, I don't know how you've revealed the upcoming races, right? Like, can I say
but
this?
we can do that again. So, Matt, this time Matt can take it away. Which events are gonna be up on here on CMH Sports on the CMH Sports channel in the near future. So, I mean, take it away.
All right. If I'll have a look there now. So of course, next week is all about Germany, really.
Oh
Well, not
yeah.
next week. You have
Oh,
you
it is
have a
next. It is
you,
next week. It is next week.
yeah, you have like a decent amount of time until the next Gold Star race. But anyway, so you've got Hockenheimring, which I already made my predictions for, and then you have the first of our. I wouldn't. We're a strong amount into the now cancelled DRM 82, which I was heavily looking forward to. I was gonna probably jump into the Ford Capri for that,
Wait for the
but
posters to come up before you say anything,
yeah, okay.
man. Because I
I
know
didn't
what you
even.
were.
All right.
I know what you were gonna say, but this is the next
Yeah,
poster. Not
it's
not
all right.
the one.
Anyway, yeah, I'll talk. Like I painfully can't come to this. I organized a team of 9 drivers to qualify for this particular race, the uh, the Indy 500. I'm not a man for the American motorsport, but I did brush up on some Indy history for this race, and I am looking forward for 50 cars trying to qualify. I think I will commentate for each and every qualifying day, no doubt. I will learn all the phrases you need to know for such an event.
I am
And I
pretty
think I
sure
will,
we'll have a very very intensive TV program for that one to help even the most uneducated fella who seems to be who happens to be watching. I think that's just the right thing to do. And
uh,
I'm
uh,
not saying that in any bad way. I'm saying that's just what they did IRL as well. We should
so if
honor that.
we, I think if we move on from that, it's around the corner, so
Oh
I'd
yeah,
say
this
you'll
month.
be seeing me there very soon. But if we move on, if what do we have next coming? If we get the next poster, please. Well, okay, yes, the race day, that goes without saying.
The greatest
Uh,
spectacle in racing.
Without a doubt. So, but what's going on across the waters at this very own channel? Let's see.
Well,
See about
that's
we
that I didn't have included, but since you want to talk about that so badly,
well, like,
it's
oh, okay,
fine,
you didn't
it's
so
fine.
you didn't talk about it's all right. Like
No, no,
we
I
can
didn't.
leave it.
But I'm gonna. No, no, no. Don't worry, don't worry.
But I mean, the
Uh,
people who watch the streams on a regular basis deserve to know
the
what's
thing
going
is,
on. So,
look, the thing is, no, you're actually right. You're actually right. That's actually the next upcoming CMH event after the F5000 race. Actually, I didn't open it yet. So, but yeah, the start of August is also all about Germany. I mean, we go from Germany to Germany. No, we go from Germany to the US of A back to Germany because we're going to the year of our Lord 1987. What you mentioned is the DRM 1982 season, which we wanted to run, which unfortunately we had to cancel due to reasons.
well, they were important reasons. So,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah, of
also
course they were
very
important
sensitive.
reasons. Well, yes,
They're sensitive. So, I can't
yes.
say them here.
That's as I said, reasons.
Yeah.
We simply decided to go a few years forward.
After the
And
death of the prototype era of
oh
DRM, and we
man,
go
yeah,
into
we
the
go into the group
touring wagon,
A's.
the Group A's. Were
Oh
there
yeah.
Group N's around the time as well, or was it
Well,
just
yeah,
Group A
Group
regulations?
N was there as well, but Group N didn't
Yeah.
do. There was no Group N touring car racing.
No, yeah.
Group N was more rallying.
Yeah, that's true.
But what I
That's
meant
very true.
is, yeah, we will do another Gold Star race on August 8th. On August 8th, we will
Seems
head
like a long
to.
time, but it isn't.
Oh yeah,
The year will fly by.
it's in a month. It's only in a month. Can you believe it? We're already slap bang in July. Last time I blinked, it was January, and we are just building this organization. I think this is better. I think this discussion is better held in a podcast.
And the closer we get to the,
We should do a podcast soon again. I
yeah,
have a lot of
we
stuff to talk about.
we'll look into that. And the closer we get to the end of the first year, like when the first year of this is over, sure, there's been many ups and downs, many drama, but the next year will be proper. I think will be proper good and proper professional. I'm looking forward
Yes.
to, and there'll be stuff in the works to kind of show you what's going to happen around that time. But next year there'll be like everything will be on the ball. Like in the background, there's a lot of mods that we're working very hard on. Maybe some demonstration will come of those mods closer to September, November, that time. We'll probably get a good trailer going on. PC I have is very powerful, so
If I
I'll
can
work with
just,
this. The
can I
new
just,
one.
Matt, can I just finish what I
Yeah,
was gonna say?
yeah, go
Because
on.
you just went on off on a tangent that I'm jealous of, because I usually am the one that goes off on tangents, but hey, you just bettered me. We go to 1987 in August. Instead of 1982, we do 1987. We go to an airport. Hallelujah, children! We are visiting an airport. What are we going to do there? We're going to race cars. The 20th International Airport Race at Diepholz with 1987 Group A DTM cars will happen on August 8th. There's no poster for it yet because I didn't create one. So you have to take my word for it. Yeah,
Well,
there's not
you
a whole
could
lot
show
I can
the.
say. I mean, yeah, I can. No, it's
Actually, no, that poster is a bit too misleading. I'd say that was the DTM a support race for.
yes, it was
Yes, it was.
for the other one. But the point is, we will go to the airport in Diepholz and do 40 laps of touring car racing. You know, we got BMWs, more BMWs. I think there's one Alfa Romeo 75, some
I think
Volvos.
I know.
I
I
mean,
think I know
there's
some of
even
them off
a
the top of my head.
I
Hold
mean
on, I think
there's even a Ford Mustang with a 5-liter Windsor V8 in the entry list. I mean, this is just, if you think DTM and the golden years of DTM, think no further than 1987, 1988.
so.
And that's
You've
slap
got
bang. I know I have the intro list.
uh, Turbo
So
Alfa Romeo. Like,
Turbo Alfa
come on,
Romeo.
you can't. Was
Turbo.
it Ford? You got Ford Escort RS 500 Cosworth.
Oh yeah,
Mercedes
that thing has a
190E.
turbo as well. The Ford has a turbo as well. I mean, we're talking about, you know, cars you can buy off the showroom floor that are running here with 500 horsepower again.
Like,
Either way,
I
that's
won't say
basically
too much. I won't say too much.
no. That's the thing.
Because
That's the thing. Let's cut. Let's finish this one up because this is turning into a
yeah,
podcast. Um,
yeah.
yeah, August 8th, DTM at Deepholz. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyway, for this Formula 5000 race, it was certainly not the one that I imagined I would have. Neither was Matt expecting it to be like that, probably. I mean, but in the end, we had a winner who was more than deserved. The second place driver was more than angry at himself for the mistakes that cost him the win. And we had a third place
Second is still
driver
second.
who, despite all the damage he suffered, still came home, still held through, and therefore is very much deserved third place. And with that bombshell, it's so long from Monza, so long from CMH. See you next week.
Bye bye.